Alrighty folks, so we're going to get right into it. 2017 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. The low center gravity package that 777s offers is going to be you can, if you wanted to do all one brand for the fenders, bumpers, you can do that. Sometimes you can mix and match depending on what your tastes are. But you're always going to get a front bumper, rear bumper, fender flares, inner fender liners, and then usually rock rails. You can choose not to if you like the regular Rubicon ones, but I'll explain when we get back there why sometimes it's necessary to do a different rock rail. So on this particular one, we went with the Poison Spider front bumper. I believe it's the Brawler 2 front bumper. Right now they only had it available in a bare metal. So we got it shipped in the bare metal, and then we sent it out to the powder coating and got just a really nice black textured finish on there. It's a nice neutral texture. Obviously it's hard to match everything up perfectly, so this way, I mean, chances are the customer is still going to add stuff to it after they buy it, so they can mix and match stuff. It's still going to look good. But yeah, I really like how we can reuse the factory fog lights in this. This one did come with LEDs, so we got the LED fog lights relocated into that front bumper, and it is winch ready. So if we wanted to go ahead and throw a winch on there, it'd be very easy to do. The grill, we just went with Angry Grill on that. A very popular replacement, so a lot of times it's the first thing some people do. Some people hate it, but on this particular Jeep, I think it's nice. It breaks up the silver. Some people do really like, the full painted look, the painted flares with the painted top. But in this scenario, I think it looks really nice having the black, the black grill, the bumper, the fender flares, the wheels. It kind of, just kind of sets it off a little bit. So went with the gloss black there, which is a nice contrast with the metallic silver. So moving around to the side, we did go with the Aries fender flares. We love the Aries products. They make a really nice lightweight aluminum fender flare. So like that front bumper is steel. We did add some weight there since this came with a factory plastic bumper, and not a lot of weight there going to steel. That definitely starts to add some weight. So at least instead of putting the steel flares on, which would add a ton of weight all the way around the vehicle, the Aries aluminum ones, they look great. They're still made out of metal. They're very sturdy, but at the same time, they're made out of aluminum, so very light. Don't have to worry about it rust as much as you would with a steel one. The inner fender liner, on this one we went with the DV8 inner fender liner. Really like this one because you can pop that mesh insert out and then paint it to match whatever the color of the vehicle is. It normally comes in a bare metal. You could leave it as that, which would kind of match on this, but just for later on down the road, it is nice to have it covered with some protection. So we painted it metallic silver, same color as what the Jeep is, and then it just makes that DV8 logo pop out really nice over the mesh. But yeah, the inner fender liner is really important. A lot of times people, you'll see them run around. Trimming the factory flare is still going to work, but just if you want really nice fit and finish, the inner fender liner is the way to go. So wheels and tires on this one. So we've done the Toyo MT a lot, and it works out great on a lot of different projects. This one it works out great again on. It's a really nice meaty looking tire. As far as mud tires go, they ride pretty nice. So it's 35 by 12.5 on an 18-inch wheel. The wheel is a Method Racing wheel. We have done this wheel before, just never in the full black finish. We've done like black with gray before, which looks really nice. On the gray Jeep, just having it all black looks great. Really happy with the products we've gotten from Method, and I really like the texture on the wheel. When you feel it and you clean it, I mean, it's really nice. You can tell that it's a premium high quality wheel. So 4.5-inch back spacing on the wheel. I will mention, a lot of people do ask. This particular wheel is 4.5-inch back spacing. Depends on exactly what you're doing, what bumpers and flares, all that kind of stuff. I mean, it does vary on what you're gonna need, but these particular ones on this setup's a 4.5-inch on an 18-inch wheel. Really, it's a nice look, brings the wheel out just a little bit, but not too much. We never want, 4 or 5 inches hanging outside the wheel well, so it still has that nice aggressive look, but overall just kind of keeps it relatively tame. So on the side, these are rock rails. I believe these are Weston, from Weston. They're nice. That tube style kind of matches the tube that goes on the fender flares. So a lot of people, like the Rubicons and a lot of the other ones, will come with a factory either rail or like a running board. Those come back here. They come back pretty far. They usually come back farther than this weld right here, the seam. So you can chop that, but it's hard to make it look really nice after you do that. So by getting an aftermarket one that's pushed in a little farther, it doesn't matter how, you know, how far up this wheel goes up and down. We never have to worry about it rubbing on this anymore. And for being on the stock suspension, we don't have to worry about any rub here either when we articulate, which is really nice. The rear flares do match the front. They are from Aries. Again, aluminum all the way around on the flares. Coming around to the back, so we did a steel bumper on this one. I believe actually it might be a Rough Country, a steel bumper. I'd have to double check on that. If you want to know, you can ask and I can dig around a little bit. But it's a nice clean bumper. We put steel on it because, you know, if you do a front bumper, it looks a little goofy running around with a stock rear bumper. So nice. It's got the D-rings, the isolators in it, and it's got the trailer hitch built right in. This did come with a trailering package from the factory, so it's got the 373 gears, I believe. So rides out really nice. And then we did do, on all of our Jeeps, pretty much we do the spare wheel and spare tire carrier. A lot of people will do a spare tire delete plate on the back, which is nice. Mainly, you know, if you're in an off-road scenario, it's really nice to have a spare because you can't always call a tow truck to come pick you up, but really in any scenario, even if you do call AAA, it's nice to be able to just plop a new wheel on an emergency and keep going. In the Wranglers, especially once you go bigger wheels and tires, you got to make sure they're all the same size. If you have a stock wheel running on the back with a spare tire, that's going to mess up your Jeep. So having the spare wheel and tire really nice, matches the rest of them. And then we did upgrade the spare tire carrier in there. And then that particular tire carrier relocates a third brake light to where you see it. So we do keep that. But yeah, the low center gravity build's been really popular. We've had a lot of questions about them. If you have any questions, please reach out and let us know. But again, for the time being, this one is available at our Chrysler store in Elkhorn, Wisconsin. And I think, you know, if you look around at our Jeep inventory, you'll see that, I mean, there's a lot of options as far as, you know, price range and stuff that we've done and, you know, lift sizes. Not everyone wants a lift. Some people, you got to have a lift. So we cater to both needs. But for a lot of people, the low center gravity package has been making a lot of sense. So if you have any questions, please let us know. And you guys have a great day.